What is going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back with a brand new episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Uasamuan. We are ourselves a nice good old-fashioned barbecue party, and, well, we, found out why people refer to Satoshi transferring. They use it in order to protect, I am forgetting her name right now. It always happens at the beginning of these videos. I forget characters' names. But yeah, in order to protect Satoshi's little sister. And well, from the end of last episode, I think we're getting to the horror. The end of the enjoyable days is probably in this chapter. So yeah, time to get into the horror. But first, let's check out the tips. The swacking manager. Also, Shion got really defensive about it as well.
シオンさんも少しは手伝ってください。
女の子に重いものを運ばせようって言うんですか？そんなだからいい年になっても相手が見つからないんですよ、監督は。
ですね、そういうのを曰くこう言います。余計なお世話です。
He was loading a station wagon with heaps of equipment he'd use for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had helped were starting to get on their way.
さて、シオンさんはどうしますか？あなた、ここまでは何で来ました？
Also, we saw a little bit of crazy runner at the end of last episode as well.
自転車でした。積んで送って差し上げますよ。
Which we haven't seen since chapter 1, which is something.
スクーターだからいいです。お心遣いだけで嬉しいってことにしときます。
今日は来てくれて嬉しかったですよ。やはりマネージャーさんがいないとパッとしませんからね。
まだ私マネージャーなんですか？1年も丸々サボってんだから、こんな無能マネージャーいい加減に解雇するべきだと思いますよ。
シオンさんが辞めたいって自分で言えたらいつでも解雇してあげますよ。
ずるいな。早く解放してくださいよね。試合があるたびに来ないかと電話がかかってくるの、もううざくてかなわないんですから。
シオンちゃんももっともっと素直になれば、とってもキュートで可愛い女の子なのに。お父さんは悲しいですよ。一体どこでねじ曲がってこんなにひねくれてしまったんだか。お父さんの愛の抱擁で力強く包み込めば目が覚めますか？でしたら遠慮なく。
The great saying, Irie.
ほら。
Just absolutely great. Coach was fooling around with all his might, but Shion just smiled into the distance without responding.
何も変わってない。監督が変な人で、みんなのにぎわいも何も変わってないのに。
サトシ君だけいないとおっしゃりたいのですか？帰ってきますよ、きっと。待っている人がいるんですから。
勝手なこと言っててください。
Interesting.
彼も罪作りな人ですよね。こんな可愛い彼女を置き去りにしてどこへ行ってしまったんだか。
彼女
Okay.
誰が
Alright, now we figured it out. Well, it makes a lot more sense since Shion is in love with Satoshi that she doesn't want Kechi to refer to him as being transferred. I mean, if one of my loved ones was transferred, quote unquote, I would be pissed off as well.
もういつまで笑ってるんですか？監
督! Coach bent over and laughed heartily for a little while.
ではまたお会いしましょうね。試合にもたまには応援に来てくださいよ。
まあ気が向いたら。私マネージャーなんか全然もうやる気ないんですから。
いいんですよ。あなたが嫌ならいつでもクビにしてあげますよ。嫌がるのを無理やりってのは私の性分ではありませんからね。
チェああ、はいはい。すみませんね、すみませんね。私の負けです。
So maybe that's why Shion became the manager, was to get closer to Satoshi, and once Satoshi disappeared, she stopped showing up because, well, Satoshi wasn't there.
気が向いたらまた応援に来ますので、今日は堪忍してください。
おっと、もうこんな時間。機材返す約束の時間が。先方をもうだいぶ待たせてますね。では今日はこの辺で。また次の試合でお会いしましょう。
ええ、気が向いたらね。さよなら、監督。
Alright. Copy of the preliminary autopsy. Now, what is this about? The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. 1. Entire body bound in restraints. The hell? Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated use of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Restraining table. Guess one of the torture devices? Finger joints on either hand appear to have been bound especially tight way. Highly likely the table was either specially made or home given in this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Jesus. Traces of the restraint on other fangs seem to suggest there was at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. Possible that multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. One long nail stuck in each joint of each finger on each hand for a total of 30. Jesus. The deceased's fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large, showing likely these planks were part of the restraining table. In addition, it is likely the table was originally developed for just such a purpose. 4. Abdomen, cyst, intestines removed. Is this an autopsy of the corpse that the people saw at the very beginning of this chapter, which we still don't know anything about, which from this autopsy sounds like this, I think it was a woman. I'm pretty sure they referred to it as a woman. I think she was tortured on one of the Himizawa like torture things, or the Wanakagashi torture devices, which is interesting because we've never heard of a woman. Well, we've heard of a woman going missing, haven't we? Which woman was it? No. Was there a woman who went missing? Who disappeared after, like, their husband died? I don't think so, no. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. 5. Body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck, Jesus, using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned the OG livers for a drink. This very sounds like something the original Wanakagashi, like its original tradition or whatever. But the thing is, the Wanakagashi hasn't occurred yet in this timeline, at least. Yeah, the Wanakagashi hasn't occurred yet. So, why is the Wanakagashi ritual being performed earlier than expected? Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible that they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. To Oshi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the OG River. Chief Senagaharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. Shion Sonozaki. What are your thoughts, Oshi-san? Huh. That's very interesting. We've never... The only woman that would make sense... No. If it's the if the Wano Kagashi hasn't happened yet, that means they haven't broken into the storehouse. So it can't be her, the girlfriend to Tomiki. Can't be her, so who the hell is it? Has to be something important. East Round Free, what's this? Speaking of Roshi.
出ましたね、ロン。チュンドラさん、マンガンです。
なんすかそれ。なんでドラが3つも入んすか。
バカモンが大石がテンパイしとんの分かっててカンドラ増やしよってからに自業自得じゃぞ。
チュン晒したらドラを上乗せするぐらいしかやることないじゃないですか。厄介晒したらドラそばは切っちゃダメですよ。
Good old fashioned shogi. Which I have no idea about. Besides that one arc in Kaiji. Oshi grinned meaningfully as his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them.
時に大石さんどうですか。割れましたか。
なんじゃい。ああ、例のドブ川惨殺死体の話かの。何か手がかりはあったのか。
ねえ、まあ裏はそっちで取ってくださいよ。
さすが。何者です仏。
間宮里奈、本名は律子。
Why does that sound familiar? Rina Mayama. Why the fuck does that sound so familiar? Wasn't she like one of the nephews of the mayor? I think it was, because I think she was the one that called Keiichi in chapter 2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But why would she be dead?
シボネフラワーロードにあるブルーマーメイドってキャバクラに勤めてたみたいっす。
Well, maybe I was wrong.
やれやれ。そらやばい店じゃな。確か、園崎家の若頭の店じゃろ。
Was it? It sounds so familiar, especially Wetsuko. I have to go check back that video to see who it was that confirmed it.
園崎おっと S 号関連か。難航しそうな山だな。噂じゃあ仏さん園崎の上納金に手をつけちゃったらしいっす。
女が上納金に手を出したか。裏に男がいそうじゃのう。女の単独犯なんてそうそうないぞい。
どうせもう死んでますよ。死体がまだ出ないだけで。
そうそうお石さん。女の同居人生きてるみたいですよ。
生きてる？じゃあこれから死ぬんでしょうね。害虫が害虫を駆除してくれるんだから本当に素敵な自浄機能だと思いますよ。
If she was just taking protection money from the Sonozakis, why do they have to go through the whole Kagashi like ritual process to kill her? I mean, they could have just, shot her and, dump her body in the river. Not mutilate her. I guess maybe... No, maybe the point was to, make her body unidentifiable? I mean, they really didn't get to... Well, I mean, they chopped off her ears and her nose. Huh. Shit. But why would the Sonozakis do the whole Kagashi thing?
その紐なんですがね。北条鉄平なんですよ。
What?
北条？誰だい？
Wait a minute.
北条鉄平、去年ひなみ沢で起こった主婦撲殺事件の仏のご主人ですよ。
Wait, what?
事件の後姿を消したって聞いてましたけど。そうか、その女のところに転がり込んでたか。
Wait, what? Wait, the housewife... I think the housewife... It was, I keep forgetting her name. She's the whole like main point of this chapter, but I keep forgetting her fucking name. I can't remember it for some reason. I'm pretty sure that was her aunt. Yeah, because after her parents died, she moved in with her aunt, and she was also an abusive bitch. So, okay, interesting.
ますますに園崎の匂いがプンプンだの
彼氏は今どこに？
女のアパートに同居してたんすがね。女が自分を捨てたと思ったみたいで、店やたまりのあちこちを探し回ってるらしいっす。
Okay. Huh. Okay. So her aunt's husband is still alive. He moved in with her and he was fucking murdered. Okay, well, let's keep going then. I don't know how I really like. Well, we'll see how it
おはよ
adds
う
to
ケ
the
イ
story.
チ。あら、ゆうべは何時に寝たの？
I mean, there have been tips that really haven't mean that much. I mean, you guys remember that one grocery store fucking tip from like chapter 1 where like Ketchy turned around and like time froze or whatever the fuck and we never saw what he saw, like who was looking at him? At the time I thought it was Runa, but the more and more time passes, I don't think it's Runa. I think it's one of the director's like fucking underwings or whatever the fuck. I don't know about the whole freezing time thing. Fucking got no idea about that. But, you know. I did not sleep well last night at all. My mother could tell from a single glance. I had the worst dreams. Nightmares, very ominous dreams, one after the other again and again. I woke up after each one, but could never even remember a fraction of what they had been about. But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant, and I woke up in a terrible mood. I know. Every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on, unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind that which you wouldn't admit to normally. Yesterday, I remembered the ominous conversations about Satoshi had with Shion, Mion, and Runa. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog because we talk about that. If I'd live every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. I understood that, so why did I cause such discord? But now that I've thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip on my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah, as long as I'm sorry for doing it and never talked about it again, there's nothing that anyone can blame me for, right? Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was going to change. Yeah, nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change.
気持ち悪い笑い。寝ぼけてるなら顔を洗ってらっしゃい。
I'd finally cheered up enough to smile and Mom swept me right back down. I was irritated again. It's so interesting how now the main character knows like when the peaceful stuff ends. So interesting. There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Runa. I frantically started to get ready to go to school.
いってらっしゃい。車に気をつけるのよ。
気をつけるほど車もいないよ。南沢には。
I dashed out the front door. The moving air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Ketchimarbara. If you're sorry enough about it and reflect upon your mistakes, that's enough. Now let's pull yourself together and get to school. And return to fun, enjoyable days, where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. It'll be nice to Sadako as an apology, too. Sadako, that was her name. Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to be your Nini until Satoshi got back?
おはようケイチくん
Rena, too, looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster.
おう。おはようレナ。相変わらず早いな。
おはよう。おはようございます。
There was little time before the same old morning homeroom began, but Sadako and Wika-chan were unusually absent. Maybe they went to go play somewhere. However, looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they really hadn't come to school. Oh boy.
あれれ、あの二人が遅刻なんて珍しいね。
Luna seemed to be enjoying herself, thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mian said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I'd only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would be get rid of these feelings I have. But the will to my chance remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all.
おはようございます、皆さん。委員長、号令。起立。
Our teacher finally arrived. Then finally I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. Clatter. Wika-chan was the first one through the open door. And then Sadako. Didn't come. Oh, fuck.
遅刻ですよ、フルデさん。北条さんはどうしましたか？
It was unusual for Wika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Sadako, a bar of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes were wide at the scene of the series of strange events.
さとこはちょっと遅れるかもしれないのです。
熱でも出ちゃいましたか？
The teacher walked over to Wika-chan and they started talking in hushed tones.
リカちゃんが遅刻でさとこが欠席なんて珍しいこともあるもんだよ。そうだね。だけどさとこちゃんどうしたんだろう。風邪かな。
Why now, when I most wanted to see Sadako's energetic face? The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest.
ケイちゃんは心配しすぎ。年頃の女の子にはね、どうしても体の都合で具合が悪くなっちゃう時があるの。みーちゃん、それ男の子の前で言うことじゃないよ。
Mian laughed indecently. Normally I would laugh along with her, but right now I just didn't feel like it. This goddamn unease. It's even getting to me. Because it's such an interesting feeling. Because you've been through the player has been through 2 chapters of this already. And they know, when shit's about to go down. And right now, we're here, and something's off. We know shit's about to go down, but just what it is and what's going to happen. It's such an interesting feeling I never get from any other game I've played before. Moon ended, and we went to talk to Wika-chan in the short time we had before Fierce Period started.
よーリカちゃん、遅刻して怒られてかわいそうだな。今日は俺がなでなでしてあげよう。
I was very aware of my groom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I petted Wika-chan's head the same way she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all.
みー。
さとこはどうしたんだ？風邪か？
For instance, she got a fever for playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash. But the atmosphere around Wika-chan felt somehow heavy. It was a little weird and actually made my unease worse.
ほらほらほら。男の子には話せない事情ってのもあるんだから。ケイちゃんはお席へ戻って。
Mian, acting just like a crow pleasant, pulled me back to my chair. Wika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Wika-chan had said something odd, that Sadako might be a little bit late. They were living together, weren't they? Then she would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what is going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't going to get any better.
どうしたのかな、ケイチくん。今日はなんだか朝から元気ないよ。
Lena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking.
そんなに俺元気ないか？
うん。見てるレナまで元気がなくなるくらいに。
I thought of jokingly saying that don't look at me, but I didn't even feel like doing that.
レナに話せること？どんな悩みかわからないけど、聞いて力になれることなら聞くよ。
I won't tease you. Lena said this, looking me straight in the eye.
昨日まで何も変なことなんか起きなくて楽しかったんだ。
Huh? Lena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened.
穏やかで楽しくて、そんな毎日が繰り返されることに何の不安もなかった。
うん。そうだね。毎日楽しいよ。きっと今日も楽しくなる。
絶対にそうなるって自信が持てるか？
Lena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. I gotta say something. This game is touching on, especially in this chapter, especially in this segment or scene or whatever, the fear. You know what? The overall game so far, it touches on the fear of things changing for the worse, you know. Like in our lives, we don't notice, you know, fun things. We notice them. We have fun in those days. But once those days end, once something happens, something strange, maybe something out of our control, we miss those days. We miss those nice, peaceful days. That's why people call them the good old days, you know. You know, people look back on their childhood memories, you know. For instance, I look back on the late 2000s, you know, as my childhood, you know, 2010s to like 2015 or something like that. You know, just being whatever, be it the food, the entertainment, the culture at that time. And it ends for us. We try to put something, we try to pin like something on it. We try to figure out, why did the good old days end? Why did these peaceful days end? Why did we grow up? Why did we worry about the harsh reality of the world? We try and try so hard. Hell, we might even blame ourselves, as evidenced by Kechi over the past 2 chapters, who blames it on himself for saying something. He feels like he's the cause of all these incidents, even though he doesn't know. He just doesn't know that he's not the one who's responsible for these incidents. He didn't know in chapter 2 that by not giving Mion a doll that she would go and kill so many people. Like, how was he supposed to know that? It's just, it is such an interesting feeling that not a lot of media like touch on, at least not what I've seen, at least. And it is so interesting that this game is touching upon that feeling, that emotion, that feeling of, am I the one responsible for ending the good old days? Was it something I said, something I did? Maybe this offhand comment was the one that caused the downfall of the 2000s, you know, the end of my childhood, you know. And it's such a feeling that this game really touches on well. So I just had to get that off my chest because I was going to think about it the whole episode. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing even to me.
思えばここ最近不安だったんだ。毎日が楽しいからこそある日ふっと真っ暗になってしまうんじゃないかって。
うん。その気持ちちょっぴりレナもわかるよ。
Lena nodded gently.
私たちはいいことばかりは続かないってずっと教えられてきたから、楽しいことの裏側を時々恐れるよね。それってちょっぴり悲しいことだけど、でもそのおかげで私たちは楽しい毎日がずっと続くように努力することを覚えたんだよ。
そうだな。
だから圭一くんが楽しい日々がいつまでも続かないかもしれないって思うのは決して悪いことじゃないと思うよ。例えば明日突然火山が大爆発して私たちが全員死んじゃうとする。
おいおい、物騒な話だな。
例えばその大災害を圭一くんだけが生き残ったとしたらどう感じる？
どうって。
I imagined myself being that sole survivor in the wounds of Himizawa, while in the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. It was such an abhorrent sight. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I don't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot.
胸が張り裂けるだろうな。まず泣くと思う。
そしてこう思うんじゃないかな。こうなることが運命だったなら昨日までの日をもっともっと楽しく悔いなく過ごせばよかったって。
I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny, but
思うだろうな。
楽しい毎日がいつか終わるものならそれがいつかなんて誰にもわからない。だったらたとえ明日そうなっても悔いがないように精一杯楽しく生きるのが正解じゃないのかな。
そうだな。
それに気づくのはとても難しいこと。多くの人たちは日々の幸せに飽食してるよ。今日と同じ明日が訪れると信じきってるから、今日してやれる優しさを明日に送ってしまう。
when I was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my trouble seriously. It was a little reassuring.
でも圭一くんはそれに気づけた。それはとても素敵なことだと思う。だからその不安な気持ち大切にしてもいいと思うの。
この不安を大切に？
そう。明日には大災害でみんな死んじゃうかもしれない。だから今日みんなにいっぱい優しくしよう。本当に週末が訪れた時後悔しないために。
レナは実践してるのか？明日みんなが死んじゃっても後悔しないようにさ。
It was such a hyperbolic conversation, but Lena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head.
レナは楽しい毎日がたった一日を境に終わってしまうことを知ってるから。今日が楽しくても明日も楽しい保証なんかないって知ってるから。生きてるよ。精一杯。
It seemed like Lena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Oh, I get you, Marlborough. There's no need to cry now.
ゆうべ聡子の夢を見た気がするんだ。どんな夢だったかは思い出せないけど、 朝からずっと不安で。
さとこちゃんの元気な顔を見れたら安心するつもりだったかな。
She was right on the money. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the mark of my heart would have definitely been blown to smithereens.
じゃあさとこちゃんが来たら優しくしてあげることだね。いつもの悪ふざけでも一向に構わない。楽しく過ごすことができるなら。
そうだな。
So that even if these fun days came to an end, I'd have no regrets. I couldn't tell if what one had told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious. But it was enough to make me think that if I saw Sadako again, I'd be honest with her. Lunchtime arrived with everyone pushing their desks together as like always. Sadako wasn't here. Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks. Wika-chan had made bento for Sadako too.
さとこ、お昼までには来るはずだったの？
Wika-chan was clearly acting strange, right? We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I never seen Wika-chan so downcast, so the rest of us started feeling down too. Hey, Rana, I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we were together, we were supposed to have lots of fun so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, well, I just resolved myself to do it. Now we can't all be together. What the hell? Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it? I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it will all end today? No volcanoes had erupted, no earthquakes or fires had happened either. The cicadas were making the same noises they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always. So then why? As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento.
みんなが取らないからレナがもらうね。おいしい。
Rena tossed the entire piece in her mouth and began munching on it, her expression one of bliss.
と、おじさんとしたことがレナに先生を許すとはね。よっしゃ、おじさんはこのプチハンバーグをもらうよ。
僕のおかずがなくなってしまうのです。
Mika-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and went for someone else's bento. As I sat there, dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me. Come on, Kechi-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way if a volcano erupts tomorrow will be okay.
冗談じゃねえ。最後の弁当が梅干しとご飯だけになってたまるか。それ、俺はミートボールをいただくぞ。
I stuffed the meat into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile. I played along, as if trying to fool myself. But as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act. Sadako still wasn't here, but at some point we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. This was definitely the best thing to do. This way, when Sadako suddenly dropped by, we could welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away.
笑う角に福来たるってことわざあったよな。
あるね。それが事実なら、おじさんは四六時中笑い転げてるよ。
レナは本当だと思うな。毎日笑ってれば毎日が楽しいよ。レナがいいことを言いますです。
じゃあ試してみるか。
Everyone took a deep breath and brought their faces together, locking shoulders. And then... Everyone laughed uproariously from their stomachs, trying to laugh out all of the bad stuff accumulating in them. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain. What a fucking... What just a great scene. The whole thing, that was just a great scene. It's been 40 minutes. It does not feel like it's been 40 minutes to me. Having heard our friend Wade banter, Tomika-kun and Okuma-kun walked up and timidly spoke to us.
前原さん、楽しくお話し中申し訳ないんですけど、
ちょっとお力をお借りしたくて。
They grinned dryly and scratched their heads.
なんだよ一体。テストの対策法は以前教えただろ。ちなみに千恵先生が授業中と含み笑いを教科書で隠した時が次のテスト範囲だ。
Damn it! I knew playing butter while my porn magazines and work.
そうなんですか？
That's not what we're here for, said Tomika-kun, elbowing Okuma-kun.
実はですね、ボールが2階の雨どいに引っかかっちゃったんですよ。前原さんなら身長高いからなんとかなるんじゃないかと思って。
The second floor, just get a fucking ladder.
ほう。先輩に物を頼むからには何か見返りがあるんだろうな。俺は高いぜ。簡単に買収できると思うなよ。
Tomika-kun and Okuma-kun conversed for a short time, then gave their reply.
では前原さんには授業中に居眠りができる権利を与えましょう。
Excuse me?
それでどうです？
なんだそりゃ。授業中に寝るのは俺の勝手だろ。なんでお前らに権利をもらわなくちゃならんのだ。
そんなことないですよ。今度は前原さんが居眠りしたら全部先生に言いつけることにしますから。
Oh, you little bastards.
なるほど、うまいうまい。
こいつらとんでもない交渉の仕方を覚えやがって。
すみません。ちょっとした冗談っす。
ほらほらゲイちゃん、おとなしく後輩たちの脅迫に屈したら。
And now man was getting on my nerves. So anyway, he came to me, and I took Okuma-kun and Okuma-kun's hands.
わかった。俺の降参だ。
I took the both of them and threw them out the fucking window.
ボールを取ってやるから居眠りの権利を俺にくれ。
まあ。
見ろミオン。俺はちゃんと権利をもらったぞ。でもお前はもらってないよな。富田君、岡村君、ミオンが居眠りしたらすぐにチクれ。いいな。
Went on Wika-chan and began to cackle at Kechi-kun's victory. I wasn't sure how the ball managed to get stuck up there, but it was planted firmly in the school building's second floor gutter.
その棒を貸せ。俺なら多分届く。よいしょっと。
Took a bamboo pole and poked the ball with it. Damn, it's hard. Come on!
あ、取れた。取れましたよ、前原さん。どうもありがとうございました。
The ball rolled down the gutter and fell down behind the school building. My underclassmen went over in that direction, leaving me by myself. Mission complete, I guess. Sheesh. There was still a lot of time until lunch break was over. Guess I should go back to the classroom. I'd absorb myself in a silly conversation with everyone and wait for afternoon classes. Just when I thought that and turned towards the entrance, someone suddenly called out to me.
どうもどうも、こんにちは。
Oh, hey, Oshie.
お昼休み中すみませんね。
It was a middle-aged man I didn't know. Wait, how? Why the fuck are you going to talk? Oh, probably because of fucking me. Maybe I passed by him a few times and I seen his face, but I didn't know him. And his half smile deepened, something within me shuddered with fear. There was no bias for that, no reason, but I shuddered. I was somewhat confused about those emotions, not quite understanding them myself. There's one thing I could say though. Nobody but teachers and students should be at school. This person shouldn't have been here. Oh no, we found out who it was. It wasn't fucking Sadako. It wasn't Sadako. No. I felt less of a tremble and more of a sense of dread, like a caterpillar blown away colored and garnished billowy greens were crawling across my forehead. A feeling of disgust that neither itchy nor gross could describe, as if fuzzy, dreadful hair rubbed against my brow. I didn't even want to see his face. I wanted to jump backwards and run away, an unpleasant feeling for which I didn't even know the cause. The other side of myself had nothing but questions. Hey, what are you doing? What are you disgusted by? This is the first time you've met him. It's rude to hate someone for no reason. No answers were coming. I held my silence, waiting, a damp sweat running down my forehead. When he saw that, Oshi thought maybe he was being intimidated. He gave me a relaxed smile.
ああ、失礼しました。怪しいもんじゃないんですよ。私、沖宮警察署から参りました。大石と申します。
But Oshi, every time you fucking show up, that's when shit really goes wrong.
あれ、手帳どこかな。
It's interesting that I'm pretty sure that was Kechi's like inner monologue. Let's actually use a text block for once. Maybe it was been give me no. I think that was Kechi's inner monologue. Pretty sure it was.
あれ
Which is interesting.
あれ参ったな。ありゃ
He fished through various pockets and finally found his police ID and showed it to me, glowing dry away. He may have been trying to use those clumsy-seeming actions to ease my anxiety, but I could definitely say it didn't work. Why was I this nervous? There's a reason, of course. If I wanted it today to be the same as before, then today didn't need someone who hadn't been here back then. The fact that a man who wasn't here yesterday showed up today meant that today would be a different day than those before it. That would mark the end of the fun and happy days. I gulped and erased that ominous conclusion from my mind. Calm down, Keiji Mahabara. It's just an old guy who kind of looks perverted and came from the police department. Don't go deciding that the fun times are over. The thing about that, Keiji, you're right. He just came here because of his job. Yeah, just for his job. If he's working, then he would normally go to the teacher's lounge, right? The fact that he spoke to me, yes, it must have been to ask where it was.
職員室をお探しですか？なら、あそこの昇降口から入って。
I didn't want to look at this man for another second, so I started pushing things along. Oshi, however, didn't seem to have any interest in the teacher's lounge.
ああ、いえいえ。職員室にはそんなに用事はないんです。それより、お友達を呼んでもらいたいんですが、お願いできますかね。
お友達？誰です？
女の子です。北条聡子さんを呼んできてもらえませんか。
He's probably investigating Tenji. My consciousness grew faint, like I was about to pass out. Yes, my anxiety was realized. The dreadful, disgusting caterpillar was looking at me, about to crawl into my ear. Its frizzy, dreadful hair was touching my ear cavity. That's how bad it felt.
警察が聡子に何の用ですか？
いえいえいえ。大した用事じゃないんです。2、3聞きたいことがありまして。ご協力をいただければ嬉しいんですがね。
Why of all people was it Sadako? Why would a police officer come here in the middle of the day for something that wasn't important? This man was strange. I could smell it. And it smelled bad, just whiff of it made me want to grimace. I knew that this man couldn't possibly be here to deliver her lost wallet or anything. I couldn't imagine what he needed from Sadako, but it had to be something unpleasant. My throat stung with burning pain, buried like a parched crevice wasteland. The wasteland broke apart deep in my throat and brought out the words from deep within my mind.
あんたに用はあっても聡子にはないと思います。帰ってくれませんか？
Oshie probably hadn't expected that reply. He stood there surprised for a few moments. I did as well. I hadn't thought words like that would ever come out of my mouth. Things might still work out. The sky may have shown up out of the blue, but if I drove him off, maybe I could make it so that it never happened. If I could do that, then I could get back the peace we had until yesterday. I could get it back.
これは手厳しいな。あなた、聡子さんのマネージャーさんですかな？アポイントメントがないと面会は叶いませんか？
話がしたいだけなら電話ですればいいじゃないですか。日中学校にまで押しかけてくるなんて明らかに異常です。
Breaking through a dam would have been the perfect analogy to use. Why didn't I like this man? This man shouldn't have been here. I needed to make it so that this man wasn't here. Childish, selfish emotions bubbled up from the depths of my mind, and they each came out of my mouth just as it had been formed. Not liking the guy was my own problem, but to say things so bluntly to him, even I thought I was crazy.
ありゃ。いちいち正論な方ですね。こういう言い方をする人は苦手なんだよな。
Oshie grinned and scratched his sweaty throat. Even as he feigned stupidity, I could tell he was irritated. Hey, Kachimara, why am I looking for a fight with this old policeman here? It's not like he brought the gift of misfortune with him all wrapped up in paper, right? Right. It wasn't like he had brought a package of misfortune with him and was asking me to sign here, please. Rationally speaking, I understood all that. So then why was I so... Finally, I outlasted Oshie in that game of silence and gave a big sigh. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Even though this is obviously, like, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 haven't happened in this timeline, Kechi just somehow feels it. He doesn't know it, he feels it. He feels that once Oshie appears, that's when things go to hell. That's when the murders start happening. That's when everything goes downhill. He just knows that. He just feels that. He doesn't know where it's coming from. He just feels it. Which is very, very interesting. I don't know what the hell that could mean for the other two chapters, because they did happen, but how did they happen? Finally, I lost Oshie in our game of silence, and he gave me a big sigh. He then addressed a few of my female underclassmen running around nearby.
もしもし、君たち。ちょっといいですかな。北条聡子さんを呼んできてほしいんですがね。
My underclassmen tried to smile and reply, but they noticed the oddly stiff air atmosphere around me and seemed to hesitate to give a quick answer.
いませんか？北条聡子さんは。
北条さんは今日はお休みですけど。
休み。
His face remained smiling, but his tone was clearly one of ill humor. Such conspicuous spite caused my underclassmen who had answered honestly to cringe in fear.
そうですか。いやはやいやはや。これはついてないです。
He was smiling broadly, but the way he laughed didn't make me feel better at all. When he noticed that his laughter wasn't getting anyone else to laugh with him, he immediately stopped.
で、君たち、 ここにいるお兄さんはなんて名前か教えてくれますか？
He grabbed the girls by the shoulders so they wouldn't run away and crouched down to adjust them at eye level. The girls flinched away from the sharp piercing light in his eyes. In exchange for their release, they didn't resist and told him my name.
ほう。前原圭一さんですか。
He said my full name. That was all he said, and yet I couldn't help but shudder. It was like he had grabbed me by the collar just with those words.
ああ、あなたひょっとして例の前原屋敷の御曹司。お父さん、高名な芸術家さんなんですってね。年に2回ほど東京の大展覧会に出展されてるそうじゃないですか。どんな立派な絵を描かれるかは存じませんがね。
I just remembered something from chapter 1. Something I haven't thought about in a while. When Oshi first appeared, and Rena knew about it, that we talked to Oshi, she said the Oshi-Osama's curse, that he always appeared before it happened. Right? If I'm remembering correctly, that Oshi always appeared before it happened. So, and well, we've seen it happen twice before. When Oshi appears, he, well, brings everything down. He fucking tells us the bad news, pretty much. He's like the messenger, pretty much, of our doom, of the horror that we're about to be enamored in, which is so interesting. It's so, why is it Oshi? Why Oshi specifically? You know, because, well, he's the most veteran detective, of course, and he's very interested in the whole Sonozaki case, pretty much. So it would make sense he would go there, but, you know, it just...
お母さんも知的そうな方じゃないですか。高学歴って聞きましたよ。どこぞの女子大を出られてるそうじゃないですか。あの年の女性で女子大でなんてすごいですよ。
Also, why the hell does he know this much about her family?
ひょっとしてお母さん、両家のお嬢さんなんじゃないですか。なんて噂が立ってるせいか。冷たい人だなんて噂が立てられてるなんてご存知で。
Excuse me, what?
町内会の会合、最初の1回以外は出てないでしょう。そういうのっていけないんですよね。こういう土地ではご近所付き合いをないがしろになんかできませんよ。What?
A sense of eeriness swithered up my spine. That was my first experience of true terror. I couldn't believe it felt this terrible for someone you've just met to know everything about you already. Oshi cramped down my shoulders and brought his eyes close to peer into mine.
こういう土地ではね、敵は作らない方が絶対にいいですよ。さもないと。
Ow! Oshi dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength.
思わぬところで不利益を受けるかもしれません。
What the fuck, Oshi?
因果応報という言葉もありますよ。風が吹けば桶屋が儲かるの正反対です。妙なところで買った恨みが信じられないところで帰ってくることがあるかもしれません。そうなったら嫌でしょう。誰だって恨みなんか買いたくないんです。敵を作らないに越したことなんかない。どうしました？肩がだいぶ凝ってますね。ちょっと揉んであげましょうか。ほら、 気持ちいいでしょ
Ow, ow, ow. This man wasn't just strong. It was like he knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Only 4 or 5 fingers were on my shoulders, and yet the pain made me want to bend over backwards. A few of the girls in my class were pretty shaken up, but then seemed to want to help me. They weren't sure if they could go call the teacher. So for me, I couldn't take the time to wait until the teacher got here. It hurts.
もうそれくらいになさってください。痛がってますよ。
Oh, thank God, Coach. But I know she sent someone. To my disbelief, it was Coach.
おや。これは入江先生じゃありませんか。
Doctor?
ご無沙汰しておりますね。
Wait, what? Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, she laughed scornfully. The vice on my shoulders, however, remained as strong as ever.
挨拶はいいです。それよりも前原君を話してあげてください。
Oshi smiled daringly and glared straight at Coach. He didn't release me in the meantime, of course.
先生のところにも後でお伺いしようと思っていたんですよ。いつもお忙しいとかでろくろくお話ができませんからね。
ええ。お望みとあればいくらでもお話を伺いますよ。でもその前に令状をお持ちになってください。職務質問と任意同行は拒否できますからね。
Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he had shown at the baseball game and barbecue. He stared steadily at Oshi and fought so that he could release me. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Oshi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. It made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oshi's body was packed with muscles. It wasn't even a contest, but Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake. Suddenly, Oshi laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right onto my backside.
前原君、大丈夫ですか。
くそ。いてててて。
I rubbed my shoulders where Oshi had latched onto them. The pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering.
大丈夫ですか、前原君。
What the hell are you playing at, Oshi?
ひどいことを。
くそ。いててて。
ちょっと肩を揉んだだけじゃないですか。前原さんも少し大げさすぎですよ。男の子はもう少し我慢強くなくっちゃ。
I wanted to retort, but I couldn't think of anything witty.
肩は上がりますか。痛みますか。痛みが強いようならちゃんと診察をした方がいい。とにかく保健室へ。
Coach ran me his shoulder and walked beside me.
大げさですね。私に限って傷が残るような真似をするわけがないじゃないですか。ねえ。私、これでも現職の警察官なんですよ。
さあ、どんなご用があったか存じませんが、もうご用がないならお帰りを。今日のことは今度所長さんに直接抗議しますから、そのつもりでいてください。
それは困りますね。
Oshi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around, and headed to the car parked by the school gates. And without turning back around, he got in and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he? Damn it!
あいつは 大石クランドという刑事です。
First time we heard his first name.
乱暴者でね。村中に嫌われている男です。前原さんも用心した方がいい。
Kurado Oshi. Just like I had thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one to bring unhappiness, misfortune, something that would ruin our peace. Shit, I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what was the matter.
前原くん、どうしたんですか？怪我でも？
前原さん、さっき校庭で変なおじさんに。
Coach Shenwei interrupted the girls trying to explain.
いえ、ちょっと転んでひねったみたいです。大丈夫だとは思いますけど、念のためと思いましてね。保健室をちょっとお借りいたします。
うん。入江先生、よろしくお願いしますぞ。
Principal gave him a deep bow. Looked like Coach was acquainted with the adults at school. He sort of opened the doors to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there or anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Cherry, Sensei and the principal working here. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact that there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and start washing his hands in the sink. Oh, I get it. He's a coach for the boys' basketball team. Baseball. He must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid.
ちょっと患部を見せてもらえますか？まだ痛みます？
いえ、もう全然痛みません。本当に大丈夫です。
I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. And yet it hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace. Well, she knows how to inflict pain, and yet not leave a mark. But damn, do all of that to just because you fucking back talk Oshi. Fucking Oshi's fucking like that, I guess, you know. It hurts so much, but not so much as a bruise remained.
それだけあいつが慣れているということですよ。
Used to it, huh? We've seen him.
今度会った時は挑発しないことです。
We've seen Oshi use underhanded tactics in order to get what he wants. I mean, think back to that tip with the hooligans and how he took their bites and found out they were stolen, you know. He's one clever fucker. I'll give him that.
あいつを怒らせて得をすることは何もありませんからね。自宅に制服警官を連れて押しかけてきたら、ご家族だっていい気持ちはしないでしょ。
それは確かに。
しかし、何があったんです？前原さんがあいつと喧嘩になるなんて。
あいつ、里子に用事があるとか言ってきて。
え？里子ちゃんにですか？
Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed to be saying Oshi was bound to come to Sadako, and did, and that it was no laughing matter. Coach fell silent in thought. Quietly took a compass out of the first aid kit and put it on me. Compress, not compass.
あの男はまだ里子ちゃんにつきまとうつもりなんでしょうか。本当に蛇みたいにしつこい男です。
Coach mumbled to himself.
つきまとう？あの大石っていうやつ、たびたび里子のところへ来てるんですか
Coach didn't answer, but the lack of a denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably detective or something, need from Sadako? What mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Sadako?
前原さんはそうか、引っ越してきたばかりでしたね。
ええそうですけど。
お社様のたたりと聡子ちゃんの話は少しは聞いたことがありますか？
Yeah. Well, I know a few things about it, certainly.
聡子の両親がダム計画の賛成派で、転落事故で死んだのはタタリだって話ですか？
Coach smiled for Fenway dryly, so now he said, dropping his gaze. If I recall correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she had gone to with her family, and her parents died. And then it was just big brother and little sister, and then she was with Rika-chan and,
ご両親が亡くなった聡子ちゃんとお兄さんの聡くんはおじ夫婦宅に身を寄せることになりました。
yeah, huh?
あ、
Oh,
そうなんですか。
it was the uncle, not the aunt. Okay, never mind. So their parents died in the accident. Satoshi went away, leaving only Sadako to start with living with Rika-chan. I know that much, but this was the first time I heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt. No? Yeah, I guess aunt. Yeah.
おじというのは聡子ちゃんのお父さんの弟にあたる方なんですがね。残念なことに夫婦揃ってちょっと尊敬に値する方々ではありませんでした。
Coach normally picked his words politely, so when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, well, it made me wonder what kind of people they were.
聡子ちゃんの両親がダムに賛成していたとばっちりで、おじ夫婦も村内ではとても肩身の狭い思いをしていましたからね。聡子ちゃんたちを歓迎するはずもなかったんです。聡子ちゃんたち兄弟にとってとても辛い生活だったと聞きを読んでいます。
Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hojo siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. Jesus. As their guardians, their aunt and uncle sucked up everything belonging to their immediate family. Sadako and Satoshi were cramped to a small room, and their lives were laden with things that were miserable both for their bodies and minds. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Sadako Satoshi's face, they would always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment. Jesus fucking Christ.
今思い出してもゾッとします。今の元気な聡子ちゃんしか知らないあなたには土毛色の顔をしてただ日陰でぼーっとしているだけの彼女など想像もつかないでしょう。
It's very interesting because in chapter 2, when Mion pretty much hated Sadako's guts, she also said her parents, like Sadako's parents, were also abusive. But maybe I misremembered that. Maybe it was just the uncle and aunt. Or maybe Mion saw the parents as abusers. Well, I mean, Mion did have a bias against Sadako's parents since they were, they supported the dam. So, once again, I have to look back and see if I'm right or not. I couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how I honestly felt. But at the very least, Sadako wasn't like that anymore. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life.
去年の綿流しのお祭りの夜にね、おばが死んでしまったんです。異常者にバットか何かで殴り殺されて。綿流しの祭りの夜には村の旧敵がたたりで死ぬと噂されてましたからね。
Wait. A baseball bat? Wait a minute. No. No, they caught someone who claimed to beat the aunt to death. Yeah. It was right after that Satoshi... What I was about to say was... maybe Satoshi was the one to kill her. You know, because we did hear from Wena that before he went missing, before he transferred or whatever the fuck, he carried around a metal baseball bat. He carried that around. And he just disappeared. If we're going with a theory that the exact same thing happened to Kechi in the first chapter, that means he beat someone to death. That must have been the aunt, and then he was taken away to somewhere by the director. Still don't know how the fuck the director. I will always be on his ass. Whoever this director guy is, or person, or whatever. Like.
この死も単なる殺人事件としてだけでなく、お社様のたたりではないかと村中でささやかれました。
A few days later, the deviant arrested for the drug use confessed to further offenses, and the incident was resolved. That's the thing. Who the fuck was this deviant? Maybe it doesn't matter who he was, but who gave them, like, why did he give himself up? That's the only problem. However, it was resolved. No one knew whether the part about it being Oshiro-sama's curse was true or not.
おじだってひなみ沢の人間ですからね。お社様のたたりを大層怖がり、逃げ出して雲隠れしてしまったそうです。
Yeah.
聞いた話では、沖宮あたりの実婚の中の女性宅に転がり込んでるとか。
And that girlfriend just happened to be murdered in the same way as the Higurashi ritual was performed. Someone's hunting down this uncle. Well, no. They could easily just kill him. Was it some Zaki's? No, they already killed the woman who got their protection money, so there would be no point to kill the spouse.
それで解放されたんですか？聡子たちは。
おばは死に、おじは逃げ出し、誰も兄弟をいじめる者はいなくなるはずだったんですが、まるでその後を継ぐようにあの男が執拗に現れるようになったんです。
あの男？
Then Coach lowered his voice just a bit as if being aware of his surroundings.
大石です。
The hell?
大石。さっきの男。
Wait. If I remember correctly, someone mentioned, I think it was one, mentioned that Oshi talked to Satoshi. And after that was when he started wielding a metal bat. Okay, so forget about that feeling about Satoshi beating the aunt to death. Maybe that really was just an accident, or maybe part of the curse or whatever. That's so interesting because Oshi did talk to Satoshi, and he started carrying around a metal bat. Then he disappeared. The events that just occurred came back to me. The hard to describe ominous sensation I felt from him came back to me.
あいつは少しおかしいんですよ。お社様のたたりをめぐる一連の事件はみんな解決しているのに、あいつだけがそれを認めていないんです。
Accepted. The incidents were all solved, and a detective supposedly with the police department didn't accept that?
あいつが近づく人間には必ず何かよからぬことが起こると言われています。
Yeah.
ひなみ沢ではね、大石のことをお社様の
Oshiro-sama's what? Oh shit. The door flew open with Rado and me and came rushing in. Rena and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, then Tomoko-kun, Okuma-kun, and a few more of our classmates.
ケイちゃん、大石にやられたの？怪我を？
落ち着いてミオンさん。怪我はありませんよ。念のため疾走しているだけです。
ケイチ君、本 当に大丈夫かなみんなに聞いたら首を絞め上げられてたとか言ってて。
落ち着けよレナ。肩をすげえ痛く握られただけだ。ほらあざだってないだろ。
みー。
たく、あんたら何やってんだよ。仲間だろ。なんでぼーっとしてたんだよ。なんでケイちゃんを助けなかったんだよ。
ごめんなさい委員長。
Mian yelled at her classmates, baring their fangs. Tomoka-kun and the others hung their heads in silence.
よせよミオン。富田君たちはその場にいなかったんだ。責めるのはよせ。
くしょう。大石のやつ。
Mian kicked the floor of her heel for a few times, her temper running hot. The teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well.
こらこらこら、保健室で騒がしくしてはいけません。委員長、みんなを連れて保健室から出なさい。
ほらみんな、もう行こう。ケイチ君は大丈夫だって。ほらみーちゃんも。
Now it makes sense why Ire wanted to cover up the fact it was Oshi, since it would definitely bring out reaction from everyone, especially Mion. Mion was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Wena stepped in instead and let everyone out of the nurse's office. The detective from Okayama Station, Kurado Oshi. It looked like the first impression I'd gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Sadako's absence had amplified the vague apprehensions I felt since yesterday. Oshi's appearance basically sealed the deal.
さて、じゃあ私はこれで失礼します。もともと千恵先生に用事があってきたんです。
あ、用事があって学校に来たんですよね。俺なんかのためにどうもすみませんでした。
Don't be so humble, he said, smiling easily.
おかげで役得と言いますか。
It's very interesting that Oshi has some type of history of Ire, and that Ire is a doctor as well. I wonder why that would be.
前原くんのきめ細やかなお肌も存分に堪能できましたよ。
Yeah, that just makes me feel a lot better, Coach.
はふー。
Don't you dare put your fucking stars in your sentences. With the usual, for Coach anyway, parting words, he instead continued.
では失礼します。大した怪我ではありませんが、患部を揉んだりするようなことはくれぐれも避けてください。もしも高熱が出たり腫れたりするようなことがあったらすぐに連絡してくださいね。そんなことはないと思いますが。
あ、そうだ監督。さっきみんなが来る直前何か言ってましたよね。
Yeah, Oshi's, Oshiro-sama's what?
大石のことをお社様のなんとかって。
As he was about to leave the nurse's office, Coach placed a hand on the door and stopped.
ああ、お社様の使いですよ。
What?
もちろん悪口ですがね。
Servant.
お社様の使い？
前原さんはひなみ沢で毎年綿流しの夜に起こるひなみ沢村連続開始事件、通称お社様のたたりのことはご存知ですか？
Are you saying Oshi's the one that's been doing it? Wait. Has Oshi... Okay, let's go down this line of thought. Let's go down here for a little bit. Let's say Oshi is the one that's been doing all this, right? He's been doing all these murders in order to pin the Sonozakis. In order to get them for their Yakuza connect. Oh my fucking god, that would make so much sense. Oshi's... So, okay... Oshi would, I could kind of see him doing it because we've seen him use underhanded tactics in order to get people like fucking arrested, right? But would it be within Oshi that he commits all these murders on a certain day in order to like get the Sonozaki family? He is pretty fixated on the Sonozaki family. He is super like on it, probably because of their connections to the Yakuza. So the reason all these so he's been doing all these murders in order to like get like able to get like a warrant to go into the Sonozaki mansion, find some evidence of like, oh, like this evidence proves that like they did it. Like look at all these torture devices and all that, or oh, here's some dirty money, and you could pin the whole goddamn family, bring down entire like politicians and all of their businesses down in one fell swoop. And I guess in that way he would achieve justice in his own mind by murdering others. I have never considered that, but that makes too much fucking sense. What the fuck is this game? What the fuck?
連続開始?
Because in chapter 2, fucking Mion said that the Sonozaki family wasn't behind the other murders. She said that. She was the only one that decided to kill the people in that chapter 2 incident, pretty much. It was on her own fruition. It wasn't the Sonozaki family. I'm pretty sure she said that. So... fuck. Is it Oshi? Is it fucking Oshi behind all these murders? What the fuck? Now that I've thought about it, I didn't seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die, and another person would be spirited away, but they seem to call it demon way here. What a fine story that was. I figured they made it up to scare me, but it was true?
一体どこの誰が言い出したのかもわからない話ですが、いつの頃からか大石のことをお社様の使いと呼ぶようになりました。
なぜですか？
あの男がその年のたたりの犠牲者を決めていると噂されているからです。
Besides, whenever June came around, Oshi would start paying frequent visits to Himizawa.
亡くなったり消えたりする人たちの多くがあの男の執拗な訪問を受けているからです。
4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seen Oshi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 4 years ago were Sadako's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Oshi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Wika-chan's mother, and again, people know that before she vanished, Oshi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Satoshi too had apparently been approached by Oshi many times before he vanished, and then this time, Oshi was trying to contact Sadako. Why? I mean, oh my, no fucking way. No. Why does this make so much fucking sense? Why does this make so much fucking sense? What the fuck? No. What? What the fuck? This game is great. Holy shit. All it had to say was people think Oshi is Oshiro-sama's servant. All it did was just say that and all fucking clicked. Just like with the Sonozaki family, just with the Oshiro-sama curse. Just by saying a couple things, it's so weird how these like puzzle pieces, these murders, they're puzzle pieces, and we have all these other puzzle pieces that like so like connect to them so easily. Like, oh, of course it's Sonozaki family. They're trying to get power in the village again. Of course it's Oshi. He's trying to pin the Sonozakis for doing the murders. So, who the fuck is committing these goddamn murders, and who the fuck is the damn director?
冗談じゃないです。
噂ですよ、前原さん。そういう噂があるというだけです。
Maybe rumors, but it makes too much fucking sense. I didn't say that because of the rumors of Oshi being Oshiro-sama's servant, or is contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. It was because the ominous hatred I felt towards Oshi was becoming more substantiated, more real.
聡子、今日欠席したじゃないですか。
え？そうなんですか？
Yeah, where the fuck is she? That looked like news to Coach. I had thought he might have known why Sadako was absent today, but...
では失礼します。前原くんも早くみんなのところに行って安心させてあげるといいでしょう。
そうですね。そうします。
So what is Rika not telling us? She should know where she is, right? Glad her. Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge. Fucking shit, dude. Dude, whatever the answer is going to be, like the actual answer to the mystery, I feel like I'm good. You know, whatever it is, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, it makes sense. Because this writer, better left untold. Well, that's a good achievement. However you say his name, Wiyushi 07? Something like that. He is able to write a story. He's able to write a mystery that so many... that it could be anyone. Will. Like, well, not everyone. But, like, he's able to, like, leave enough room open that I feel like whatever answer we're going to get, I'm going to be satisfied with. As long as it, you know, makes sense. But what the hell? What the actual hell? This game is so fucking good! I have to reiterate that every fucking video. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. Want to tell me something? Put it down in the comments below. Want to check out the Discord server I'm in, or my Twitter? Check the description below. And yeah, we're also almost to 100 subscribers, so I would like to get 100 before the end of the year. Self-promotion. Anyway, if you guys, I can't do an outro. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!